Stream startup. Crack those knucks. Stretch out because we be stiff. We be so stiff. Jesus Christ. Left. Right. Twist your back. Twist your back nice and slow. Get that head roll. Arms out. Arms out. Good. Don't let the tension carry your body. Stretch that jaw. Life is good. Life is good. Just don't get wound up too bad. No? Yeah. Hey there, heroes! My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber, and this is the Daily Grind. This is that time of the day where we come on and we grind our dailies. We've got August 26, 25. August 25, 2026. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Which means it's going to be reset week on Final Fantasy XIV. I don't have any front lines, so we can go ahead and just clear out all of our Wondrous Tale stuff and set to go. We can even try doing some leveling roulette for a change. Start leveling up some healers and tanks. It'll be some good. It'll be good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway. We just gotta cast creatures today. We just gotta cast creatures. I don't mind having that be, you know, throughout the weekdays. We don't even necessarily need to get it through. So I'm gonna be playing a deck that I tend to have a lot of fun with. Our Zahir Glory's Past deck. Cameron, thank you so much for the shrimp checky. Thank you so much. I just stretched, but I'm gonna do it one more, because whoa, God, get that tension out. Okay, that was unexpected. Got a Foot Locker ad before the stream. I mean, maybe they're hearing that I'm getting back into, you know, football. Maybe they heard that old Hero Girl is going to suffer yet another season because she hasn't learned her lesson. or maybe they just wanted to give me inspiration for a fantasy equivalent. Maybe Boot Locker. Something like that. I don't know. We'll workshop it anyway. Zahir Glory's Past. Stack a creature surveil 1, but the important thing is that he gets max speed. Once he's at max speed, Zahir lets us turn one creature into an extra creature. So all of our little critters that make critters when they die get to replace themselves. That's pretty cool. I'm not running any of the 2-drop ones. They're just like 1-for-1 trade-offs. All of these are going to be like our engine pieces. Actually, I did want to cut out Long Goodbye and replace that with engine. Still got Flash. Ward is an issue, but this is an enchantment, so we can replay it with Luris if we need to. Hellkite to the Browns. Sadly, it's going to be Cleve. One of these days, I'll find a way to bring back playing Madden. Or maybe playing some form of football. Honestly, actually, I was just thinking that playing Blood Bowl 3 when it gets its re-release would result in not me having a good time, actually, if I played it too much, because then I'm playing it when I prefer to be an analog tabletop player. But actually, getting a chance to share that with more people would be kind of nice. I still don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'd like to return to Madden 06, but Madden 06 does have that issue where I feel like I've mastered playing CPU mode as much as I can. The only way I could get more out of it would be if I found, like, people to play with, and online capabilities ain't exactly an old Xbox game's forte, you know? I really don't want to root for the Browns because they still have fucking Cameron Deshaun as quarterback, that fucker. This is his last season. And he's still the starting quarterback because, like, what are you going to do? Bench a $35 million a year quarterback? Something like that? Just, But I'm also considering this like a test run season. A test run season where I'm not particularly invested in being able to follow every game. So, if I can catch the games, great. If not, okay. this is going to be a test season because I need to figure out how I'm going to be able to watch the games if I'm not willing to pay for overpriced fucking NFL Network or that type of shit. Has someone else called him Groper Cleveland? Yeah, I really don't want to get into it. Cam is not a good dude. I don't want to waste my time and energy, like, having to think about him. And, you know, if the season goes how it's gone for the past 4 years, I won't have to think about him for too long. Chances are he'll be benched or re-injured, like, I don't know, 4 games or so into the season. That's just how it's been. Cloud, Midgar Mercenary. Good old Equipment Voltron. Baleful Mastery lets him redraw, but that is an acceptable card to get. You're gonna get to go first. So I don't have a way to stop that. Spectacular Spider-Man's here. Probably fine. Let's go. You have Afterlife. Make a token. Sometimes I wonder if the Browns have been cursed since they returned. You're not the only one, man. You're not the only one. Like, here's the thing, right? They weren't cursed for a couple of years there. Like, they were actually doing good stuff. Right before Mike Holmgren got kicked out, he was building some good stuff. Right as they had Baker Mayfield after, you know, when they had the other guy. Like, they had some good stuff going on. Yellen, thank you so much for dropping a lurk. Alright, they burned their first piece of removal on a 1-1. That was unexpected, but okay. Alright, so yeah, Cloud goes ahead. Cloud grabs equipment. Like, Cleveland isn't cursed. They are just one of the worst managed teams in the league. Bar none. Absolutely bar none. Even their most successful head coach was fired after like 2 years. Alright, so first things first. I can go Obsessive Pursuit. Eggs are here big. Also got this. I think I just smash in. See. Oh, hell yeah. I'll gladly take this trade. Like, show me how you're gonna protect Cloud. Show me how you're gonna protect Cloud. No? Alright. Doesn't matter. Because now I get to go... I already played Lamford. They can't play Boots and Cloud in the same turn, so... Here's Obsessive Pursuit. Here is Hunted Witness. Pass the turn. As a Falcons fan, I think I'd rather have the Browns' fate. Would it be better than hearing about 28-3 for the rest of my life? How? I mean, like, 28-3 is a pretty devastating thing to have to live down. But also, like, you still got to the goddamn Super Bowl, right? Like, you are still good a decent chunk of the time. And then on top of that, like, you have seasons where you're good. You've had good players that have stuck around and have been legacies. Like, you have a... Like, Matt Ryan has a legacy that, you know, is pretty favorable. They're pretty all of their removal. Okay. I mean, like, that's fine. Go to combat, attack in. Yep, go to +2. Here's Mother of Runes. That's online. I don't need to do anything else. I've got the ability to draw cards and also... Actually, before Mike Smith and Matt Ryan, they never had back-to-back winning seasons in their history. But they did have winning seasons. Like, you see the issue here, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Could I have gone... They have, like, 2 mana. I'll let them search for the thing. They'll probably grab, like, sort of light and shadow. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, you have teams that are in place, and they have been pretty good for the majority of their existence. Or nothing else than you, like, you have an expectation for how good they've been. But Cleveland, you get 3 seasons max with a head coach. 3 seasons max. And then that's it. And it sucks. It sucks because I keep thinking back to when the Cincinnati Bengals had like Carson Palmer, and then after that, where they had a guy. But they had a guy that had like mediocre seasons, but they stuck with him long enough that they got somewhat consistent results. And that's actually pretty dang important. Also, what's important is that I am just like going to start getting wrecked by Cloud here, although they haven't grabbed anything particularly astounding. Like, I can go ahead, I can add Lurrus to my hand, I can play Nestbot. I can hold up Spectacular Spider-Man. Is that better than just playing out Zahira at this point? I think I just play out Zahira at this point. Play out Nesting Bot, pass turn. And like they have Umezawa's Jite, which is a huge problem. Is that actually... Oh wait, no. Umezawa's Jite does just like start melting everything. I didn't... Basically, the Falcons be terrible, then have a fluke good season, go back to being terrible. Again, that's still better than being consistently awful, right? Like, I would still take that over being consistently awful and having people, like, you know, constantly making poop jokes about my team. That is the big issue here. For me, at least. I can, like... stack to prevent damage too, right? Stack to prevent. That's actually pretty. Like, as long as I have Mother of Runes, they're basically just cast the blockers, block here, 1, activate, back. Jadar's a pretty good one, but I'm looking for I can't get back anything this turn. Just leave up Spider-Man. Yeah. Go. Daka. Daka? I needed him. Pass the turn. Like, whenever equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player control. That's actually for a guy like me. Because, like, you can tap Mother of Runes. Yep. Stop that. Again, Umezawa's Jite, whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage. Oh, they're just gonna fucking do it like that? Okay. Oh, right. Gotcha. Yep. Okay, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. So then what I'm going to do is stack the Haunted Witness first. That lets me make a bunch of duders. Moonshatter, pretty good. Not what I'm looking for. Then we can go ahead and throw white here. Pass the blockers, block. And then, like, he doesn't deal any damage to any counters. And then, is it worth to go ahead and just, like, play the Spider-Man rather than constantly holding up? I think it is. Ooh, Infestation Stage is cool. Play Lurus first and foremost. Get the cat established. Have a cards to go ahead and play now. So, yo, I think it's better if I just like always have guys available. All right, attack with the Spider-Man. Attack with here. Then testing bot. I can keep attacking with like some. I think if I attack with. Oh shit! Right, I forgot about that. Well, I'm a dumbass. Sack another creature. So go ahead, pro white. Yep, I'm a dumbass. I forgot about that. I think with that being the case, let's just go ahead and drop yet another creature. Like, as long as I have Zahir out, I can make a ton of blockers. This is also gonna matter if it, like, anything. Wise. Like, they can't actually tap down all my blockers. Still Zahir out. I'm gonna remember to just play this a little more casually. Oh, nope, we're still good. Still good. What happened to my model? What happened to why is my model stuck? Double check everything. Good that. Okay. 5? Good? Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's okay on which side? 5? Discord? Is that okay? Yeah, we're working. We're fine. We're wiggling. We're wiggling. We're wiggling. Yeah, yeah. So like, I understand the pain of like, you know, not being consistent and like having good seasons and having bad seasons, but also remember, it is statistically harder to be as consistently bad as Cleveland is than it is to accidentally be good. So, I don't know. Factory of Sadness remains relevant 2026. Nearly, what? 15 years after it was originally posted? Something like that? I don't know, man. I don't know. You just can't compare suffering. You just can't. Like, sports are supposed to be entertainment, and they're supposed to be distractions from the things that give us grief. But when they also constantly give us grief, that doesn't really make them a lot of fun to engage with. Yorion Sky Nomad? Bitter Blossom good, Massacre good, Marauder good, Esper Sentinel good. We get to go first. Yeah, I'll happily take this. Alright, so there's Esper Sentinel. You can go straight into Zahir. That's what I want to do. I want to go straight into Zahir because that gets our max speed going. So they would have to... Gotcha. This is a island, so they could have dazed. But now we have speed established. Next, we're going to need to get either Massacre or Bitter Blossoms up. This creature enters target opponent, reveals each non-land card. Choose one of them. That card perpetually gains when it casts a spell. Each opponent draws a card and gains life. Not ideal. So they get to see all 4 of our spells. The good news is... Okay, so they do it to the Bitter Blossom. Okay. Not ideal. But we do get to get in there. And that's really the trick here. That we still get to get going. Bitter Blossom having this perpetually, though, means that if they destroy it and I try and recast it off Lurrus, they just get to draw even more cards. Like, the 3 life is... Vroom. I love the max speed, by the way. I love the little speed widget. Like, I think this is a mechanic that plays very well in Limited. In Commander, it's not ideal, but that's partially because of the support around it. However, playing speed on Arena just makes you go, and that's so good. Also, I think the opponent had I think the opponent had to go. Usually, if you're playing a Yorion deck, you're in it for a while, and I like to give my opponents the benefit of the doubt when they just like suddenly concede out of nowhere like that, because like, hey, who of us has not been gripped by hot girl syndrome and had to run off in the middle of a match, you know? There's another issue though, right? There's another issue with trying to work anything else with the game. I would basically be in a scenario where I might have to swap out either Magic or Final Fantasy XIV for something else. I'm streaming 2 hours because 2 hours is a very comfortable range for me to stream. It's definitely a lot better on YouTube than on Twitch, where Twitch wants you to go for like 4 to 6 hours at a time. But also, it's because like that's just what I have time for. Like 2 o'clock, we've just finished lunch. 2 o'clock, we just finished lunch, and it's time to go. And 2 hours later, we spend time with our wife before doing any dinner stuff. Like that's the schedule that we can afford. Also, we're up against Kozilek the Great Distortion. I actually really like Kozilek as a colorless commander because he just completely reloads your hand. Which means we're going to be seeing ramp. We need to be able to go, like, fast. Bitter Blossom is a little slower than I want. Nested Shambler is okay. Bitter Blossom will give us a bunch of stuff eventually. But I think I need to ship this. Give her good. Rite of Ablation. Okay, yeah, we can keep this. This works. We're going to start off on Waste. That's good. We can go ahead and go into Snow-Covered Swamp, place it here, get that going. And then we'll try and set everything else up too. Now, there really shouldn't be anything that they can interact with, I don't think. But that's stop right there. Like, Giver of Runes is one of the few ways I have to, like, stop their interaction, so I don't mind taking the 1 turn off of speed. We'll see if that ends up biting us in the... Flaring Flesh Raker! Holy Jew! This. Duel? Duel the Sea? I did not get a chance to actually, like, finish that thought. But... let's do it like this. So I need to be able to sack something with the Rite of Oblivion. We're gonna go ahead and sacrifice Mom. Because that card will just fucking murder us out of nowhere. I usually say, like, Jesus fucking Christ, or, you know, some variation thereof when I have my explicits. I think seeing the Flesh Raker just, like, completely shortened me out. Cauldron Familiar. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can do double black and a white. So I can't double deploy if I do it like that. Let's go combat. Attack with Secure. Get that going. I can go Ellis Ilcor into Cauldron from. That's a good kitty. We're still a little slow. They currently have 4, 5 mana, so they're getting very close to Ugin. 5, 6. Definitely got prepared for Ugin next turn. Fortunately, Giver of Runes helps a little bit. Yep. They're playing some budget rocks. This might be like a budget version of colorless. You still take it out the exact same way, though. Just trying to overpower everyone. If I don't draw another land, I will probably go flash in Bitter Bloom Bear at the end. Let's see. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses life. So if I sack Zahir... Okay, yep. So... Oh, I can't actually... Okay. So that's colorless. And then sack the Giver of Runes. So I was right to go ahead and hold back Giver for all this time. That's exactly what I want, though. Alright, so we get to play the Chapel. Get the swing out. It can't block forever. I need to go super, super wide. This is 5, 6, 7. They're almost to Ugin. I almost said Ugin manga. Here's Marionette Apprentice. Now we can go ahead, just more duders. Go combat, attack in. This might mean losing to an Ugin, but let's Zahir out. We have a sack outlet, so they would have to exile Zahir. We can get Zahir back to our command zone. We have Rite of Oblivion coming up. We just got to keep up the pressure. And the opponent does not believe that they can keep up with that. That's GG for us. I do also just like get to sack the cat. Get to sack the cat, turn that into a punches in a little more easily. Bitter Bloom Bearer, make more tokens. Luris, add to hand. Maybe draw a second land and get to play Selfless Spirit too, but don't worry about that. Also, chat, just as a heads up, in like about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to need to take a small break during stream to go grab my laundry. I had a goddamn panic attack yesterday when I was on my way down there. Down to the laundry room. To just, like, see if their machines were open. Like, we're talking, like, actual dry heaving. Like, oh dear God. I don't know that I've felt like that in a long time from something so banal. But, like, here we are. I was able to do it I was able to do it today, though, because I had a friend on phone with me. So let it be known that, hey, even if you do struggle with anxiety attacks, you can potentially get through it if you have someone there to support you. I think pretty good. We're going to be playing this against Mono Red. I don't like having Command Tower here, but everything else here is really good. So we'll start with Command Tower, and we'll start with Paladin class. And I'm going to start with Paladin class because it keeps them from bolting me on M-Step. Here's a snow-covered plains. I can go Cauldron Familiar or Zahir. Zahir dies. I've also got Meathook Massacre next turn, so I'm fine with that as a trade-off. I just really want to establish max speed. Okay. Target creature power less than can't block. Nope, I'll just take this. Because now we're going to get the 2-for-1. Alright, so first things first. We're going to go ahead and attack in. Yep, we get that. Now we get to go ahead, pay the 1. Get some fun value there. And then their creatures die and give us life. Meathook Massacre is always awkward for me to keep track of. It's like, okay, it works backwards from how you would think it works, you know? Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice. That's a powerful one. Okay, so we're just going to try and, like, beat the shit out of each other. Understood. I am all about that. I want to hold up Malakir Rebirth, which means I can either play Dawnbringer Cleric, I could play Cauldron Familiar, and Hunted Witness. Play Hunted Witness for sure. I can flash in Spider-Man. I guess I could have flashed in Spider-Man the next. Cauldron Familiar. If I play Cauldron Familiar, that automatically turns it to a 4. Cauldron Familiar can't block anyways. That's actually an interesting decision point here. I want to hold up Rebirth. And I can... Yeah, we'll do it like that. I can use the Hunted Witness as a way to block. Power and toughness equal number of creatures you control. Whenever annexed or another non-token creature you control die, create a satyr with this token can't block. If that creature had power 4 or greater, create 2 tokens instead. Yeah, this is just red deck wins. So like they would get to make 2 tokens if I block with Spider-Man. This might be worth holding up for like a Wrath effect, but I think if I just like wait a turn, I'm okay. I can even like take the 4 here, right? Yeah, I'll just take the 4 here. Alright, now they're going to end step. Take my turn here. Let's see, we always play the Cauldron Familiar first, right? We always play the Cauldron first. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you make it a zombie. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're at max speed. Go to combat, attack. We are going to go ahead and rebirth here. And then I also get to sacrifice the familiar. Make a zombie. And am I looking for a land right now? I might be, but I don't feel like I am. Nope, because it's coming back. Alright, go ahead, play a Selfless Familiar. And pass turn. This card, getting Annex out of the way early on is really good. Sometimes he just goes fucking nuts. I don't get to hold up Spider-Man. Alright, this is going to be a little awkward. Enters, exile target insert sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. You can cast it this turn. I don't have to... Yeah, I have like... Kind of. Alright, yep. Now all this stuff happens. I have an ass load of zombies. Dire Fleet Daredevil. I don't have any sorceries that they really care about except for the Rebirth. It is a 2/1 First Striker, which is relevant. They're going to recast Kellen because Kellen draws him cards. Whenever Kellen deals combat damage, exile the top card of your deck. You can play it this turn, and then he becomes a 3/2 with Double Strike. Is it worth it for me to sacrifice a gain token? Probably is. Vampiric Tutor is pretty good. I can use that on the next turn and do something this turn. Okay. I've also got the ability to just like pump everything. That might be better. That might just factually be. Yeah, go to combat. Attack with Daka. Alright. Pass the turn. Like, I've got Selfless Savior, I've got Zahir powered up. I don't mind taking extra damage off of Layla. Okay. So they do force me to do some stuff. The hero is now indestructible. Warbrainer's cool. But they still can't kill me. Exert, kill one of the zombies. That's fine by me. I can go ahead, sack a zombie here. Yeah, that's... Yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's a reason why Mihawk Massacre was nerfed while it was standard. They did the alchemy nerf, and I think what they did was they took off the when creatures your opponent control dies, you gain life. I'm pretty sure that was what they did. So it was just whenever a creature you control dies, you lose life. But the life gain from that is actually really heckin' good. GG. Oh, we got 4 boosty packs. Whew. Okie dokie. Uncover the moon letters. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can draw X cards for X amount of mana spent to cast that spell. If you do, discard 2 cards. They do have like a few different knobs for effects like that, don't they? Things like cast the mana spell, that mana value X or greater type stuff, and then like actually talking about the mana that you put into the spell. Very, very different things. And then there's also like the actual from your hand writer. Some of these are significantly more abusable than others. Like Increment from Strixhaven cares about the mana that you put into the spell, not the mana value. So kicker effects work, I believe. I believe kicker effect. As opposed to like the mana value, which, you know, that can get a little fucky because sometimes you get free spells like Force of Will that can end up triggering stuff. That's why Up the Beanstalk is pretty good in Legacy, is you can just turn your Force of Will into a recoup the card that you spend to cast Force of Will. I was playing Zahir in competitive Brawl, but from the games that I was able to play, I think I probably could have taken Zahir pretty decently far up the ladder. Zahir's got a lot of good grind potential if it doesn't come out of the gates just like... But it's also a little awkward in the sense that there are just... How do I put this? Zahir is not the super fast aggro deck that I thought it was. It's very mid-rangey, surprisingly, because it's playing Aristocrats. Aristocrats is kind of by nature a very mid-range strategy, because what it's trying to do is it's trying to win through its engine of making a bunch of dudes and then sacrificing them to Blood Artist effects. As opposed to kind of what we just saw with Kellen, where it's no, I'm going to play a bunch of creatures, try and drop my hand as quickly as possible, and just beat you the fuck to death. And unfortunately, Brawl is a format where mid-range decks tend to struggle, has been my experience. The super aggro decks that you can play are very good at playing super aggro. Like if you're in the casual queue, you're probably not getting matched against the higher rated aggro commanders like Ajani and Ragavan. But you can just like get got if you keep a hand that's too slow, right? Like we kept our hand because we had Meathook Massacre and because we had a reasonable chance of being able to cast it and wipe their board. That ended up making the difference. On a Purifying Blade. It's going to be a life gain deck. Life gain exercise to draw a lot of cards. If you gain for your end step, you may pay X. If you do, draw X, where X can't be greater than the amount of life you gain this turn. So kind of like Bant Soul Sisters. Alice is okay. This hand isn't like astounding. They get to play first. I really want removal. Am I opening here? Spectacle Destruction is a good card. Giver of Runes can help us survive a lot of stuff and also deny a lot of... Nope. we're not going to get a chance to figure out what this is because that's my alarm going off. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and put it to our BRB screen. And hopefully this won't take more than 5-10 minutes. All right, be right back. Am I trapped? I am not. Excellent. That would be a clever trap. Whoops! Accidentally, trapped the player. The way that you constantly re-equip everything. So then... Wait. I'm not actually trapped, am I? Hook shot out of the hole. Thinking about it. But, like... There were... Wait a second. But, no. We can't hook shot out of the hole because we're floating in the water. On the ground, though, now? Well, wait. Okay, you know what? That might... I could just be, like, a total bimbo right now, and that could actually just factually be it. Oh my god, that was actually just a... That was just it. I am the bimboiest bimbo that ever bimboed. Let's see. The blue version has flying, the red version has first strike. I think I actually might be fine trading my Dracus for that. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh my god. That's game. That's game. Holy crap. Oh my god, I forgot he actually just had a skill before specialized. Whenever he attacks, another attacking creature gets XO to end a turn where X is Scanos' power. Thrakus doubles. Oh my god, Stain. Oh my god. Spam Zero, you have my condolences. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. Run into the webbing. Run into the webbing. Taking the cuckoo back to the pen. Gonna join the other hens. Ding dong, I'm a clock soldier of Cocorico, and the curve of time is 9:51. Hello, the sun, how Zelda's attendant, the great Impa, opened this village to the common people. We have only a small population now, but someday this place will be as lively as Hyrule Castle Town. Oh yes, it will. Climb up the stairs at the north end of the village to find the trail that leads up to Death Mountain. But you need the king's permission to actually go up the mountain. Like, here's the thing, right? There it is. There's a Master Sword. And I feel so apprehensive about this. Like, maybe this is just foresight, or hindsight. Because I know what's going to be here after we pull this sword out. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to, like, you know, leave this part of the game just yet, right? Because this is literally Link's childhood, and there's still so much to explore and figure out and find. But we gotta do it. We gotta keep going. Did I stock up on bomb chews? I did not stock up on bomb chews. Wait. I can get bomb chews? Heck yeah! Forget Destiny! We gotta go get bombs! And away they go! And we got dodge. You know, I don't think I've ever actually played this. God, that's a big cuckoo! That's a big cuckoo! Holy! Okay, you caught me in a good mood. You caught me in a good mood in your pun past. Okay. Boom. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. You get one, Jess. You get one. Flip it. Another laugh. Alright. So, now that I'm done fawning over my new model and the whole... It's too late for me. Oh my god! I'm gonna go for it.
And rather than punt, they're going to let the offense have a shot at this 4th down. Gets rid of it. This pass is incomplete. And the coach can't be happy after that failed 4th down.
Alright, and we're back. That didn't take long at all, did it? Yeah. Anxiety averted. My and helped me grab all our laundry out of the dryer. Brought it back. Now that that monkey's off my back for another week, I can hopefully actually relax. I don't want to have that sword of Damocles hanging over me. Towel of Damocles, maybe? Towels of Ooh, I like that. Towels of Damocles. It's a Sarek the Archlich. This is a mono black combo deck. Just straight up mono black combo. So the Brain Maggot here is pretty good. Go with the Paladin class turn 1. I leave myself open to Thoughtseize effects, but ooh, P-Tower. Yeah, good old Phyrexian Tower. This is awkward. Isolated Chapel, Silent Clearing. They didn't lead off on any Thoughtseize effects, so that's encouraging. Let's go Silent Clearing in Paladin class. Honestly, our life total isn't going to matter all that much, purely because of the combo potential here. Soul Stone to ramp makes sense to me. And a Chrome Star to cycle. Yep. Paradox engines. Silly stuff. Alright, so first things first. We're gonna start with Brain Maggot. I may or may not decide to play Zahir after this. So, Blood Cheese Thirst, that deals with Zahir. Don't care about that. Clean to Dust. That's a problem for the Luris effect. That Jet Medallion is factually, like, the biggest issue. And then I would love to get the Bitter Blossom going, but as you all know, it's just usually better to get the clock started instead. Now we know that they have Clean to Dust, they have Blood Cheese Thirst, they can get rid of the Brain Maggot, or they can spend the removal to get rid of Zahir. Quite frankly, I'm of mind to actually like sack Zahir to the Phyrexian Tower in order to get Luris and do other stuff, but I guess we'll see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Fine by me. Here can go ahead and exit. That's whatever. Clean to Dust is a redraw. And remember, they can go ahead and, what is it? Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Target creature can't attack you until your next turn. Go to redraw off that. They used it on Dark Writ, though. I am perfectly happy with. Now we can go Bitter Blossom, Isolated Chapel. Ooh, or Godless Shrine. No fear. No fear of any flash creature. Okay, if we get the Bitter Blossom going, that's pretty good. I would love to get Luris started. That might be worth a shock here. We're gonna lose a lot of goddamn life. but you know, mama didn't raise no bitch. Yep. Okay. Still nothing. That's fine by me. Let's go poking. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can play Luris. Luris doesn't do a whole lot right this second. So instead, let's go Snarling Gorehound. They only have 2 cards in their group. You can't cling to dust. That's pretty good. Next, let's go Bitter Blossom. And you know what? I'll even play Indebted Spirit. I don't give a fuck. I should probably bestow it, but I can also do that with Lure. Cast a permanent spell with mana value 2. Aaron Mesa, not what we want. I also have the ability to go Paladin class, level up, then Phyrexian Tower. Alternatively, I can go play Zahir, Phyrexian Tower thing. Depends on what we draw. They might even try to like eat the Paladin class. But again, they only have 1 other card in their grave. Not like they can escape. They might try and cycle their Chromatic Star. Chat, the amount of weight that is off my shoulder is unreal. 3, 4, 5. 1 more land and they can like double a Serek. Gain life, scry. Scry 2. Make zombies. We gotta get them. We gotta get them. So like I feel like the Paladin class is like gonna be the better option here. Paladin class, level up, hack, trade one of the trade the Indebted Spirit. Yeah, trade the Indebted Spirit for Alert. I would love to get Zahir going though. Yep. So now they get the Scry 1. I mean, I guess we got the wait. No, we have the Bitter Blossom. What am I thinking? Bitter Blossom will make a dude. Play Luris there. Stack the fairy. Yeah. That's how we win. Surveil with a Mox Amber, though? We play the Mox Amber. And that's free value off of Luris. Yeah, alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, happy to see that. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the token now. And then here is Luris. Then we get a Mox Amber. Then we get a cat. See, it's all coming up Millhouse. Patriarch's Humiliation. That's really good draw to deal with Asurek on the next turn. They could just have a Wrath, though. If they have a Wrath, I'm not completely set back. But I did just, like, lose Luris. But also, if they're Wrathing, there's a good chance that they're not going to be advancing Asurek too far out. Like, they can Wrath and then make it so that way my token doesn't hit. Hero Girl! Hey, Teddy! Glad you can make it back. Yep, okay. Goodbye, kitty cat. Hardly knew ye. Actually, hold on. Whenever you attack until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. That's 6. Yeah, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can actually almost kill them. Like, we are just too short of being able to kill them. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, right? Yeah, we are like too short of being able to kill them. level up. How do we want to do that then? If we're too short of being able to kill them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gets them down to 10. Think. Go ahead and sacrifice this token that can't attack. Use that to level up. Go to combat. Hack in. Get him down to 2. Pass the turn. Now I have a way to stop them from looping a Serac. Word! Thank you so much for stopping by. Alright, Daddy, I'm going to let you know right now I am aware. I am aware of your comment being posted. And I'm going to read it here in a sec. Alright? I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just preemptively letting chat know that I see you. I witness you. Also, work. Thank you so much for stopping. Oh, right, work. We just raided into you yesterday, right? I didn't recognize you at first. Okay. GG's, Azarek. GG's. You forgot me already? Okay. First of all, I've got short-term memory problems, so I've got the memory capacity of a goldfish, but also my personal brain RAM is really low. So Magic is weird. I play Magic because I'm really good at talking about what I'm thinking as we play through. And so that makes for, like, very comfortable content for me. But it also means I have lower capacity to yap between matches when I'm, like, super locked in and trying to do math. But when we finish up, it means I get a chance to, like, catch up. Also, yeah. We've got a app in there already. We've got an app in there for pronouns. She frog got me already. She got frog got about me. No. Look. If anything, it's a compliment that I realized who you were, like, the second I actually had the cognitive ability to, process what the name means. I'm thinking of making an insect deck. I'll try my best not to have the creepy crawlies affect me too much. Good luck with that, Teddy. Good luck with that. We were talking about last Friday. We were talking about having arachnophobia and being able to build spider decks. Teddy also notably having arachnophobia and wanting to build a spider deck. And I mentioned that, like, with Magic's art, because it's not photorealistic, I don't really have an issue with my phobias the way that I would otherwise, Like, I have arachnophobia, but I do factually, like, I love Spider-Man. I was not grossed out by the whole spider mutation arc when I was watching the animated series as a young, small child. But, like, there was, in fact, one part of my life where someone tried to get me to touch a spider, and I was freaking the fuck out. Actually, right now, there's a spider hanging out in a web, like, on our banister. Like, they've very clearly made a web that reaches from the banister railing to the ceiling of the deck. And, like, I don't find it as much. Like, I don't actively look at it, but at the same time, it's like, you are just far enough away and behind glass enough that I can somewhat tolerate you. By the way, we're up against O'Hare, Kaslam, Deepest Growth here. This will be the last game we play before Final Fantasy XIV. I'll play a little bit more Magic just because we had the laundry thing going on earlier. I need to get Mythic Wildcard to craft Gist. Gist is really good, actually. Like, Grist is CDH viable. I'll slip Pride. It's a little awkward. I don't think the Scrub helps out a lot. Also, the Pride is okay, but we don't have any way to, like, convert that into doing stuff. And if they play a bunch of mana dorks, that really gums up the ground. I'm going to take them all on this. I think this one's better. Flare of Malice gets rid of Kaslam. We can start on Rebirth, I think, is what we actually want to do. I've got... If I draw, like, no other lands, I'm really happy if I lead up on Rebirth. We can go Quetzalcoatlus next. Blaza here. I'm going to crack this now because I think there are going to be a lot of lands that potentially do not want They're gonna come to play on capped. Okay, so I can get the speed going this turn. I can also play Oscillate Pride. The Elmer Medallion here is awkward. What do I want to do? I want to get Kitty Cats going? I can play Celebrant first. Let's just go ahead and place it here. Like, this is already a very awkward, I need to get a lot of shit going. Oracle Moldiah is really good! Cutthroat, also pretty good, notably. Okay, cool. Grist the Hunger side. Isn't that the Planeswalker Grist? Not like the Transform Grist, but the other one? Alright, sacrifice the Marauder, sacrifice the Oracle. And then hopefully next turn we can start doing Kitty Cat Parade stuff. This is a very slow start compared to what I wanted. Usually I want to have like something I can do on turn 1. Overlord? Okay, that's fine. No, actually, that's bad. Not what I wanted. I don't have to go through attack that way. Cutthroat is cool. Cutthroat trades very easily. Cruel Celebrant also trades very nicely. A creature, another creature. I want to get the cat going. I always play the cat. That's not negotiable. See, this is 5 mana. O'Hare Chasm, also 5 mana. O'Hare Chasm having trample, though. Champion of Lampholt, making it so that way my small creatures can't block, actually. It's just awkward, but regardless of how you slice it. Play out the Cruel Celebrant. It's harder to actually clarify. And then sacrifice the Cruel Celebrant. We'll place it with the Cutthroat next turn. That gets rid of the Overlord. We can go ahead and get some more pressure on. Now we get cats. And now those cats can poke in with the Cutthroat support. Is the Planeswalker one fine? I think the Planeswalker one is the stronger version of the two. I think that the little grub one that transforms is also fine. Yep, okay, now my 1/1's no longer block. Yep, Pock is going to run away. Champion of Lampholt here is the pro. So, am I surveilling away the cat? I don't want to this turn. Spectacular Spider-Man is cool. Alright, so here's Cutthroat. Alright, the cats can't block. It's gonna be 1 damage either way, so you might as well block it. Okay. Now I can go ahead, play this Crawling Chorus. We're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I might even just like play out Spider-Man. Ellis Ilpor. You are something that I can't... I need a land so I can get Luris out. Get Luris going. But I do have a lot more tokens now, which means I should be able to crack back pretty good. I did craft Enduring Vitality. It's amazing in the Scroll deck. Enduring Vitality is really good. Like, it's obscenely good a lot of the time. Yep, there's O'Hare Chasm. Yep, Orthanes is more good. I am still just gonna like keep crashing shit in though. I am just gonna like keep crashing shit. So O'Hare can still block. I can use Spider-Man to block. As long as they don't play another creature, but like... Motherfucker. Alright. 3 mana. What would you want to get for 3 mana in this scenario? There's so many... The creatures in green are so ridiculous these days. Probably something that drops a lot of tokens, right? Or maybe a Wood Elf. Put another land into play. Clock is just going to keep hitting me for 10. No, it's Gwenna. Okay. Yep. Well, now my 3-drops don't hit for anything. I guess I can always use them to, like, crash in. That's probably how we win the Time War. Yep, 3 can't block. Go ahead and play the Spider-Man. And then I can actually surveil Spider-Man away. Wait, hold on. Won't surveil Spider-Man? Surveil away a cat? Yes. Obsessive Pursuit is cool. Again, not what we're looking for. Dark Ritual to replay Luris. That's pretty hot. Alright, so let's see what this does for us. Let's just play a ton of 1-drops. And then go ahead, sacrifice the 1-drop now. Go ahead and sacrifice the 1-drop now. If I get a chance to untap, I'm going to be feeling pretty good. This has... That might be worth holding on. Go Daka 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 Daka. None of this can block anyway. Right? None of this can block anyway. Attack with Spider-Man. I don't need to attack with Zahir. I don't need to attack with the Cutthroat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. That's not enough to, like, threaten anything. I honestly probably am dead on board, because this is, what, 15, 19, 20. Yeah, I'm dead on board, depending on what happens. So, like, we'll see if they decide to give me extra life. I'm also thinking of when I do it, make the Phyrexian Insect in my deck. Then when it deals damage, gives all your insects Toxic 1. I mean, that's a fun one. Okay, so they are going to go ahead and just, like, give me the free life. That's exactly what I need. If I was able to play Ellis Ilkor, that would have gotten me a ton of life. Alright, so 17, 18, 19... Motherfucker! That might have done it. That might have done it. 17... Yep. So 11, 22... Yeah, I'm dead on board. Am I, though? Actually, I have Cutthroat here. Yeah, I have Cutthroat. I can, like, sacrifice the Oslo play, so that's 6. That's 16. Oh, math is hard. Math is hard. 11, 22, 25. That's 25. I'm just a little short. Yeah, I'm just a little short, is unfortunate. Like, I can get an extra life like that, and then mill that. But then I still just, like, die. I was too short. I needed... I'm at least happy that a card from Avacyn Restored is so relevant, but damn, that fucking sucks. I'm not gonna have to put in Scootstorm as well. I mean, like, you can put in Scoot. Twitch tried to tell you stream was over already. Was worried for a second. I mean, it's not over. We are going over to the Final Fantasy 14 portion of the stream now. Played a little bit longer just because we had the laundry stuff that we got to do. Wait, no, don't. So people might. Are you winning? I most certainly am not winning. I have never won a game ever in my entire life, Ori. So either grist would be good for an insect deck? I mean, yeah, either grist would be fine for an insect deck. Also, we don't have to do Frontlines anymore, which is great. They'll come back up next season, but like I think we have a whole another month before yeah, we have another month before Frontlines comes back. So we get a month's reprieve from having to do any of that. I'm just thinking of what would my game plan be for Golgari insects. What would your game plan be for Golgari insects? Like, what do you want to do with that? Alright then, let's go ahead and do a quick double check. This Wondrous Tales is from last week, so I do want to make sure we get this cleared off. I haven't done anything! Alright, alright. Let's do the go to the head to the Grand Company here. Oh, also don't forget to like pause stream. Stream B is no honestly, if there was going to be a week where I was a little behind on Wondrous Tales, this week would probably be the better of the two. Just because now we don't have to do the front lines. We're out a ton right now. No sound on. No, there's sound. Are you sure that you just can't hear it? Never mind, just mega quiet. Yeah, we've got the Final Fantasy 14 ambience on quiet here. Like we are just doing some big chill. And the rain spots here are just a little inconsistent. Alright, double check my inventory, make sure it's not super clogged. Good. Alright, you know how this goes. We go ahead, we go Viper. Start clearing out all these extreme. And then at some point we'll do it. Actually, we could probably do the leveling roll at first, right? Oh wait, hold on. Wait, nope. Withdraw. Do not pull people into EX trials. Do not pull people into EX trials raw. Just don't do it. Like, you can try. It'll probably take like an hour or so before it gathers enough mentors to actually like, do the thing. But, probably better to not. I've been working on clearing out my retainer inventories. Isn't that just like the eternal struggle? That is just like the forever struggle, not being entirely sure what you do and do not need later on, because some of the materials do end up coming back. I think I'll do a big purge of my retainers once we finally get to ye old Evercold in the far-flung future. Leveling roulette, you should equip the XP rings for. Well, like, why wouldn't I equip the EXP rings in leveling roulette, Fawn? Why wouldn't I? Like, I thought that was just kind of a given. Apparently, they care about current level, not max level. I mean, yeah, that's how they work. That's how they work 100%. What's a problem? Still leveling. Like, let me double check my gear real quick. I've got Shire's gear. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Because, like, here's the thing, right? The item level for the AXP rings is so low that you literally cannot go into the higher level dungeons because of your item level. So, like, I would rather have access to higher level roulettes than try, be down in the lower level roulettes for a modicum of XP. You ever forgot something? Lucky, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, just lemon roulette. I'm still not doing it. I'm still not doing it. It's not worth having to like have a completely separate gear set just for it. Like, you're asking me to manage 2 different gear sets at that point, and I'm just not about that life. Not that majority of a struggle. Just gonna pitch the vast majority of it. I mean, yeah, you can always just like throw it on the market board for the cash. Yeah, well, I'm just trying to explain it. I mean, like, I'm not begrudging you for like trying to explain it. For Grist Hunger Tide, do I just keep milling insects? I mean, do you? It seems like if you put a bunch of insects into your deck, you're going to pretty consistently mill additional insects. Once we clear out these trials, then we can do the leveling roulette. Let's see. I can't remember. I think we were doing healers? Yeah, we were doing healers. I was doing Scholar specifically because it levels up Summoner as well. That'll get more of my casters in line. By the way, chat, if you follow me on Blue Sky or hang out in the Discord server, you get to find out what's happening in the Polykill League. Both of my partners and I are playing a family league in Blood Bowl where we each have 2 teams that we are managing. And it's great. It's great because we've gotten a chance to practice league play before we actually start playing league with other people. And it's also just great because, like, more Blood Bowl equals more good. And I've been taking pictures and keeping records as we go, both for the in-game stuff and also the out-of-game stuff. Posting the pictures on Blue Sky into the server. Just giving, like, quick little rundowns, like, just scoring stuff. But also, like, there's some fun roleplay opportunity stuff with doing stuff like this. There's a lot of emergent narrative when you have a player who just cannot catch a ball for the life of her, and then she gets a reputation for it. Like, I like that kind of thing. I really love emergent storytelling. That was one of the big things that I always had a lot of fun with Madden 06, was coming up with stories for my little Blorbos. Like the kicker who had so much anxiety that he just could not kick straight for the life of him. Love that shit. Ow. Ow. Oh. There's my crunchy neck. There's my crunchy neck. I knew I forgot to do something. Okay. How many more trials? We got like one more. Then we've got Shiva. Yeah, we got Shiva that we can do. And then which turn is this? Turn 2? Yeah, we can do turn 2's do. Let's just do the dungeons and we're set. We don't want the DC. Oil. Wait. Someday we'll be done leveling, chat. Someday we'll be free. We just gotta hit level 71. We just gotta hit level 71 with everything. That day is coming. Dry land is not a myth. I have seen it. Also, apparently SAO Abridged is episode 20 just got released. Currently trying to get out of the YouTube jails and all that. So as a result, my husband and I rewatched the entirety of season 1 this past weekend. And then he proceeded to watch season 2 without me. Would have liked to have rewatched season 2. I'm going to have to rewatch on my own time. Actually, I need to rewatch Unlimited Blade Works Abridged too, because they've come out with at least 2 or 3 episodes since I not fell off, but like could stop keeping up for whatever reason. Yeah. And like, hey, Little Karibi is in fact working on the episode 90 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, which will actually kick off the Millennium World arc. So that's also really exciting. Actually, by that timeline, I wonder how long it's going to take for that second Tsunami Yu Yu Hakusho bridge to come out. The first one was really good. You can really see the growth and progress when you compare that to like Lanny's first project. Alright. Oh my god, we almost have a diagonal? We almost got a diagonal, chat. Alright, so knock out coils. Then the leveling roulette. Lots of sighing today. If I'm sighing like extra much, like it's it's wild. It's wild and crazy, right? You can be living the good life. You can be staying at home, not having to clock into a 9 to 5 or warehouse job or anything that just like slowly grinds you to dust. You can be living the good life where you wake up on your own time, you feed your cat, you get to work on that book that you always said that you wanted to write. You get to take lunch when you want, you get to stream after the fact. And your life can still be hard because that's how disability works. It's fucking bullshit. It's a scam. Disability is a scam, I swear to God. And then on top of that, like, it's actually just awful if the disability that you have just factually means that you don't have energy to do anything. It's like, congratulations, you have all the time in the world to do stuff. Sure sucks that you really just are basically bedridden for the majority of the day. Factually, just... And then you're telling me that I get debuffed later on if I try and do too much, if I try and step outside my stage? This is awful. But like, at least the stuff that I can do matters a lot. That's actually got kind of like the trade-off, isn't it? You really got to make sure that the stuff that you do is the stuff that you really want to prioritize, that mean a lot to you. Because when you only have so many spell slots, I am going to use that analogy again. You almost have a vertical on the left side. When you only have so many spell slots, you can't just be throwing fireball into every room. I mean, like, you can, but like, you got to make sure that there isn't anything else you really want to cast with it. No? I talked to my lawyer today to prep for my disability hearing tomorrow. Oh my god, you have to go through a hearing for disability? I mean, like, of course you do. It's the States. Actually, you know what? It's fucked. Like, my wife, she was able to get disability because we went through a disability advocacy agency who know what they're doing, know how to word things. That way the her symptoms are taken seriously. And by the end of the process, by the end of the interview, the advocate that we were talking to told us, we can't promise anything. We don't get to make the decision on, you know, whether or not you qualify or not. Like, that is the government. That is whoever reads this file. But like, I would be shocked if they declined you. And that's a very powerful thing to hear from an advocate, because my wife really didn't need that. And so when I realized that that disability was something that I was actively struggling with, we decided to talk to that same advocate. And you know what happened? I got told, wow, I'm sorry. The government is not going to let you do this because your husband makes too much. Your husband earns a living wage, and because you are married to him, because you are his dependent, in their mind, they don't have to do jack shit for you. And I'm in BC, right? I'm in Vancouver. I am in Canada, where the healthcare system is, miles better by far, but also we're still dealing with this stuff. Like, don't get it twisted. Canada is a lot better set up institutionally than America is in a lot of regards, but there is still a lot of bullshit to deal with. Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've been fighting for disability benefits for quite some time now. My last case got rejected, so I had to start it over about 2 years ago. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry to hear that. I've known people who have tried to apply for disability and are still actively fighting to get on disability. So you have my sympathy. My genuine. All right, go ahead, eat egg. Go into leveling roulette. Actually, hold on, double check. Probably want to. Guys, why am I highlighted? Yep, good. Actually, come to think of it, it was my wife going through that list and hearing how the advocate was describing a lot of stuff that made me realize that I was disabled. Like, prior to that, I did not think of myself as disabled whatsoever. And I was still actively putting myself to do a lot of shit that I just can't do anymore. So, if nothing else, it was good to have that frame of reference to start recognizing what I can do and, like, dial back exactly what the scope of action was. I can only refer to things that have happened since the last case was closed. And I imagine that wanted, like, the lid on something. And, like, even then, like, there's nothing wrong with keeping things private. Like, nobody needs to know, like, all the details. It is healing. Okay. Okay. What do I don't have Aether Flow here, right? No, that's level 45. I'm level 40. I can't rely on Eos to do all the work in here because this has some decently good pulls, but also, oh dear God, this cat, I need you to calm the fuck down, please. Fine. I don't have Art of War. What a scam. I'm gonna channel my inner Cider Spider here for a second, just like, damn. Eos, please keep them healthy. Keep them safe. Oh my God, there's another wave. I like playing Scholar. I like playing Scholar a lot. I love that I can prevent damage before I have to, like, heal up retroactively. But also, at the exact same time, it kind of sucks when you're at the lower levels and you don't get the fun tools like, slap the ground, At that point, I would love to just be able to throw a regen on someone and call it dead. Alternatively, I do have to remember that I still have Physic. That's going to be the important thing. I do still have Physic. I just have to click. Where are you going, you crazy cat? Not referring to the wife that's currently behind me, but rather to the tank that's, I don't know, hopping around. I mean, hardcast Physic, I guess. There's only so much I can do after I throw a bio on everything. pretty much all I'm good for at this level. I'm the bio caddy. Like Eos is gonna do all the healing. For Grist the Hunger Tide, it's +1 says create a 1/1 black green insect then mill a card. I mean, yeah, that's what it says. But I'm going to assume that there's a second half of that statement that which didn't give you a chance to write because it's the character limit. Alright. Alright. So, same process as last time, just bio literally everything. Honestly, even bioing while we're running is a pretty sweet strat. Okay, at least they know where they're going. That's the important thing. Okay. Looking on physic. Like, that's pretty much all I have to do. And then just like, you know, don't work. And then you two, oh right, the bomb self-destruct. Second half was if an insect card is milled this way, put a loyalty on Grist and repeat the process. So like if you're looking at like advice or anything, I'm happy to give that, but I also need to know what I'm. So like, oh my god, yes, please. Okay, thank you. They did in fact interrupt the silence. That is amazing, actually. That is so good. That is phenomenal. There we go, Eos. Go, you can go hang out with the cat. I'd like advice, but like, advice on what? Advice on what? Like, are you trying to make a specific thing work? Like, are you actively trying to mill through your entire deck because you just want to like turbo mill? Remember, low RAM for being able to process any requests. Thank you for interrupting, Ant. This cat might be a little crazy, but this cat knows what she's doing. Actually, hold on. Okay. Probably not a sprout cat then. Almost definitely. Very rarely do you get a sprout that has a an adventurer's plate. Trying to figure out what to do with that? Well, that's not a question I can really answer for you then, right? Like, the question is, what do you want to do with that? So you really have to, you know, figure out what you want to do with that. Like, what is your end goal? What is your game cache? So, like, if you want advice and recommendations, like, if you're looking for inspiration, I can definitely help out with that. And a lot of what Grist decks end up doing is they set up as mid-range value piles where, you know how Grist has that whole, you know, you can sacrifice a card to, you know, destroy a creature, stuff like that. You can do that. And then also you can use that as a way to set up reanimate. You can set up a bunch of little dudes like blood gas that will come back from the graveyard for free, and then just sacrifice them to Grist. You can make like some grindy mid-range pile stuff. You can also set it up as a toolbox. Like if you have any regrowth effects that let you add cards from your graveyard to your hand, that's another thing you can do. And like, if you want to build a quote insect deck, really you're just using that as a way to like extend adding to the graveyard because it's inherently RNG based with regards to whether or not you actually hit an insect. I would recommend not counting on that. Like, don't take that as a given. Don't have, maybe try to build the deck without the idea of, oh, I'm going to mill so many insects and Grist is going to get so swole or anything like that. Like, my evaluation of Grist is that Grist is a mid-range grind commander, and it is very good at that. Keep casting fifth, please. There we go. There we go. You're alive. You're alive and everything's cool. We're fine. Why are you running away? Why? I can't heal you like that. Okay, maybe this cat isn't quite a Sprout, but I'm dubious as to how, familiar they are with the practices of tanking. I wouldn't want to limit myself to something that short-sighted to think I'm going to mill a lot of stuff. I mean, like, that's good. Honestly, so, like, one of the things that you can do if you're trying to figure out what it is you want, start with what you don't want, right? Like, I do typically advocate for taking a look at what other people have done with a commander, and then, compare and contrast. Look at someone's list and think, okay, why did they include that card? Or, I'm not sure that they have included enough removal for my taste. Something like that. I've always said that if someone ever asked for recommendations on, how to build a commander, and they struggle with the actual act of building it, Amy the Amazonian's channel, her YouTube channel, is very good for hunting for basic lists. Like, she uses a lot of the same staples in a lot of her builds, so they're very good at being a way to highlight cards that you will use in a lot of different decks. And also, the chances are that you will probably have a good chunk of them already if your collection is mature enough. Now, I say that with the caveat that because Amy's lists use a lot of the same staples, a lot of her decks will feel very similar to each other if they have very similar game plans as far as commanders go. But that does just mean that you can look at very similar color combination decks or decks with similar game plans to see if there are other things that she's included. So one of the issues with using a YouTube archive like that is that the decks are not going to be updated. A lot of people want the updated tech. So at that point, you do just look at some of the more recent commanders to see if there are if there's anything potent that you've not noticed in the more recent. It's very good for a 101 level, is what I'm saying. I'm thinking of, do I want to do Grove Res? Do I want to go wide with insects? I feel torn. So, this level of theory crafting is always difficult for Arena, right? It's difficult because you are bound by the car. Oh my god, this cat is actually just running. Ah, god damn it, she ran out of sight. There we go. Okay. Give her the shield. Give her the shield. Give everyone the, Shit! She is actually dying faster than I could do anything for her. I have to just, spam heal. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yep. I have to, use Adlo every other portion. Honestly, I'd say between the two build, try them both to see which one you like better. That's actually exactly what I was going to get to, Mushroom. Because, yeah, that would be the default advice, right? Build two versions of the deck and just try it out. Just jam games. The issue comes from the fact... Oh my god, you went the wrong way because you want the chest. The issue is that if you don't have the wild cards for both, then you have to decide on one or the other. And if you end up not liking one, then it feels potentially very bad to have spent those wild cards on almost nothing. So that is the opportunity cost. And there's nothing I can really say about that other than that is the state of Arena right now. It is a sad state of affair. Said the girl with the bright pink hair. That Arena is so stingy. And you got to pay out the whingy. I forgot that arena exists. I just operated on, yeah, fire up that printer. That would be the normal thing to do, if I'm being honest. Like, the normal thing to do... Oh, god damn it. I keep clicking on... Oh my god! What are you doing, you crazy cat? I can't sprint. I can't... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am not going to be able to find her fast enough. Oh my god, this tank is... Oh god. This is like the first real struggle that I am having right now. And I am trying so hard. I am working so hard to try and make this... Like, she's fast, I'll give her that, but at the cost of, like, you know, causing me psychic damage. Okay. Okay, at least it's just the Chimera. That's fine. Oh, we do have like an actual factual sprout, but it's our nin. Will great minds think alike? Yeah, they do. The good news is I did remember where I had physic on my hotbar, and that may have actually just saved us. Dragon's voice, everyone come in, please. Wall to walls and Counter Strike just sucks because DPSs just don't have good AoE by level 40. Yeah, yep, that is huge. I'm hoping that when they've got evolved mode and reborn mode. Reborn mode is classic mode, like what we have here. Reborn as in like a realm reborn. But the evolved mode is going to be a super simplified version of every job, right? Basically being designed by the same guy who did the PvP reworks. And I am so curious if evolved mode is going to actually give everyone their AoEs earlier. I hope that the jobs get reworked so that way they get their AoEs earlier. That's been like one of the biggest complaints about low-level dungeon. Like playing Machinist, I don't have auto crossbow, so everything just sucks. Yeah. That's more or less the heart of it. Fortunately, I can't just like have all the healing here, so that's... Well, I'll say this. This certainly holds up my, oh, wait. Oh, I keep forgetting that I have Ruin 2 here if I need to actually, like, do damage on the move. This certainly holds up my theory that if you really want the true advanced healing experience, you just gotta run leveling rollouts with sprouts. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it to the tank there. That tank was giving me heart palpitations. Christ. Well, it's over now. It's over now. I even have like 10 more minutes so I can clear off more of the advanced stuff. That's pretty good. Actually, I actually feel just a wee bit tired from that. I will take slow, easy, and steady over manic pixie dream Hrothgar any day of the week. Get a copy. And there was a point where I really wanted to flood the market with all this stuff, but you just get so goddamn, especially when you're actually doing. Before then, it's like, yeah, you can make the scrolls, yay! But after a while, you just kind of lose it, especially when you have to keep getting. Anyway, well, back to Viper for me. go ahead and pull up the vault. Vault gives us nice shiny paints. Ooh, yeah. Oh, baby. Out. 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 Crunchy. Very crunchy. Very, very, very crunchy. Actually, Teddy, now that I'm thinking about it, if you like building typo decks, then I would definitely recommend seeing what Amy has in her archive. Because she does a lot of typo decks. Like, those types of decks just tend to be very popular. So, they tend to be covered as just, very easy, farming. How I want to put it. Like she posted a deck for the Captain America face card for the Marvel Commander deck, and I did use that as my initial template to build a Jeskai Heroes deck, mostly so I could just get the achievement and call it good. But like, it helps, right? When you just don't want to cook at home, it helps to have someone that's pre-made everything for you, even if it's, like many frozen dinners. Something that you should probably have sparingly rather than every day. Typo decks are fun to do. Typo decks are fun to do. And I will always go to bat for the people who want to play typo decks. Like, yeah, sometimes you do just want to play, like, all the dragons, you know? Figuring out how to actually, like, make that viable is a completely different question. But, like, sometimes you just want to do the thing. Like, I've got a typo deck that's literally just, like, 4-color spirits, so I can have fun playing all the spirits. Not on Arena, mind you, but, like... Sometimes you want to play 30 rat colonies. I love rats. You honestly, like, you're so real for that. You're so real for that. Like, I built the rat deck. I built Ren, right? Yeah. Ren, the blue-black rat, is my favorite commander of choice for the rat colony deck. There's a few different rats that you can run. I like Ren because you can just, like, aggressively trade off your rats and then get more rats. And that is the way that I like to play the rats is very aggressively. And I've also found that one of the best ways to beat Rat Colony in one-on-one Brawl is specifically to aggressively trade with rats, and then inevitably, they'll run out of gas, and then you stabilize, and then you win. But even then. I'm doing Doran. You're doing... Oh my god, that... Right! Because new Doran pumps up by the difference in the stats. Okay, yep. I think I heard of that idea early on, but since I'm not necessarily a rat colony enthusiast, I'm a rat colony respecter. I'm not a rat colony enthusiast. Like, it just went completely out of one of my ears. But at the same time, like, yeah, yes, that's so good. I'm so glad. I am so glad that Arena just, like, lets you have infinite cards once you hit 4 copies. Like, it's still kind of ridiculous how we don't have common versions, or I guess uncommon versions of some of the Rats cards. Like, they still have the mythic version from Bloomborough, but I don't think they ever imported the uncommon version. So, like, you don't really want to spend 4 mythics just to get all those relentless rats. But if you want to, you can, and then you'll have relentless rats. I do think the rat colony's better. Sometimes you just say, yeah, I'm attacking you with 6, 13, 7 rats with menace and trample. Sometimes you do just say that, actually. This was the quest that got you to level 60? Hell yeah. MSQ is really good for leveling. Nothing is going to level you faster than just straight up doing the main story quest. So, like, that's great if you're still going through the main story quest for the first time. That's part of why the I'm leaving the red mage at level 60. What do I have red mage at right now? Red mage at 61. Yeah, we're gonna be running red mage through blood, storm blood. So I'm not gonna worry about getting it up there. Although maybe I should. Nah, no. Nah, that shouldn't be necessary. Right? We get red mage up to 71. I guess I have to make sure I get up to level 81. But at that point, that's actually tricky. That is actually tricky. Something I'm gonna have to keep in mind. I don't know why I didn't think of that. The XP we get is not going to be enough to like shoot me completely to 80, but it's not going to not shoot me to above 71. Then sometimes you just say, I'm going to play Throwing Stone and put 24 rats on the table right now. Sometimes you do that. It's great. Actually, it's funny. People have been doing that for a long time before Commander came around. Like before the Commander decks came out, like 2010, I was regularly playing kitchen table multiplayer with friends that I met at the cafeteria of my college. And then another friend I met at that table told me about Commander, and we got into it together. And the rest, as I say, is history. At one point, we actually tried to play a fucking 12-player multiplayer game. We didn't do, like, the Sphere of Influence thing. We didn't know about that. I don't think anyone knew about that. I think we just, like, wanted to play that as normal, but then we were trying it with 12 players. So I was like, I'm going to use my black-white Orzhov deck made with original Ravnica cards. And all of these cards drain life from each opponent and give me that amount. Therefore, I drain you all with this amount. And, oh, wait, I'm at 50 life now. What the fuck? I'm telling you. They were definitely not taking multiplayer as heavily into consideration as they do now for a myriad of reasons. Like, remember when Gary was pretty standard design for drain life effects? Now everything just gets turned into everyone loses a life and then you gain a life. No, fuck you. I want to scale. Let me scale. That was always the Gary for president. Gary for president. Actually, I should probably put Grey Merchant of Asphodel back into my my Flicker deck. Because that's at least a relatively quick and fast win condition that also pads my life total. Like, that's probably the platonic ideal for what a Flicker target should be doing. And not any super dirtily values. Okay, let's go ahead and turn all this in, and we're going to start setting up for heading on out. Folks, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for yapping. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and opinions. And thank you just for, like, you know, watching the stream. Always helps to have a bunch of lurkers and everything. That being said, we'd love to pass on the love. We have a Lead the Raid redeem that anyone can go ahead and hit for channel points. I typically like to try and announce it up to 5 minutes before stream, just so that way we can make sure that, hey, you know what, anyone who's live will still actually be on the receiving end of any of the Love Train raid. You know, as long as they, you know, maybe they play Magic, maybe they play MMOs, maybe they're queer, autistic, maybe they just fit the vibes. They're just like someone cool that you think needs a few more eyes on them. By all means, hit that Lead the Raid redeem. I mean, I'm starting in a couple of minutes. I mean, like, if you were to be live and then you were to hit Lead the Redeem and request that we raid into Mushroom King DX, that is a thing that you are allowed to do. Or if someone else in the chat wants to hit Lead the Raid and then declare that we are raiding into Mushroom King DX, that is also a thing that they can do. Like, currently I don't have any rules against, like, you know, coordinated strikes like that. Okay. So anything else that we're going to be working about this week? I did confirm it that we are not doing anything weird this week. No, nothing's really coming up. We have a nice, easy day. We did clear out a ton of Wondrous Tale stuff, actually. No! We got two more. We got two more shots. We got two more shots, and we got, like, two stickers that'll just straight up give us another line. Like, come on. I did get a second chance point, so, like, I am very close to actually, like, getting close to being full on second chance points. That's not bad. Let's see. It's gonna be like another like next week. Next week is when we're gonna have a couple of wife days for therapy and such. So I'll be re-announcing that next time. But we're gonna be doing Final Fantasy Friday on Friday again. It's gonna be another loose day. We're probably it'll be a loose day just because Nix is currently still resolving some family issues, and I don't want to play through the main storyline without her. I've been left behind before in MSQ. I don't want to do that to others. I love my friends. I love Nix. I love Fran. And I want to make sure that they get a nice, fun experience with us together as a... And, like, there's always stuff to do on each expansion level. Like, we still got to get Fran a couple more blue spells, probably. We can always farm more treasure map dungeons. I don't mind using him to help me get some of the yokai medallions that I need to get the 2 new weapons. Like, there is never a shortage of things to do as long as you have good friends to do them with. That is just the truth. So, over on the YouTube side, we are going to go ahead and end things there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell people about it if you think they'll enjoy hanging out. We're going to end YouTube there. Bloop. And then over on the Twitch side,